Ex-Con Media.
Welcome to the channel. This is Ex-Con Media, man. If you're new to the station, please like, comment, and subscribe, man. We got a special guest, man. My cousin, man. I'm talking about our daddies was brothers. I'm talking about cousin, first cousin. Yeah, what's up with your cuz? We got Mr. Bernard Noble. What's going on, cuz?
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
black, blessed, and I'm trying not to be stressed. So it's been okay.
Okay, yeah, man. Shit, man. I had to tap in with you, man. You got a story. Like we both, you know what I'm saying? We both got stories, man. But your story just hit different, man. Like you got a story, man. You know what I'm saying? And you've been through a lot, man, growing up in New Orleans and everything, man. But before we talk about your story, man, tell the people about yourself, man.
Well, I'm born and raised native from New Orleans, Louisiana. You know, uh, High school, just my whole life was based around. I'm a true native of Louisiana. Went to Booker T. Washington. The oldest of six kids, and here we go.
Okay, yeah, man. So, man, you done came a long way.
I
I do.
have, and
You done came
it's
a
been a
long way.
blessing. It's been a blessing. Like you mentioned earlier, I have a story, and I believe that my story is no different from a lot of other you know black men, but it's unique. It's kind of the same struggle, and it's been a journey, bro. Most of my experience and bumping my head, it come from real life. It
For
come
sure.
from real life, and I'm just trying to progress from there. You know,
Yeah, for
uh,
sure.
the
Because
the story was unique. The story was unique, but it's a lot to it, bro. And it's been a ride. It's been a blessing. It's really been something new for me, and I'm just trying to take it day by day.
for sure.
Looking to bring a lot of awareness, man, to what's going on in the criminal justice system with this nonviolent charges that men of color face all the time.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? The prison system overall need an overhaul, man. And I know a little bit about the New Orleans prison system. I kind of escaped that because I did get in trouble in 1992. You know what I'm saying? When I was 17 years old, but I left them. I knew not to play with them. Came to
Yeah.
Georgia, still on the same stuff, man. And it's definitely a different world down there, man. So
It took me a long time, bro, to understand the judicial system. I was one of the black men that I grew up in that, and that criminal activities, uh,
mm,
that poverty lifestyle, it
mm,
was kind of the norm to me. I didn't know better.
mm.
Um, I didn't believe in a whole lot because ain't nobody showed me nothing. So when I did get out to learn the world, bro, the streets took it to me. I didn't have a lot of guidance. I,
Yeah.
I jumped out there head first, and I went for it. So that was a teacher to me, bro. Life. Um, I got my head banged a lot, and I had to learn experience from this. So I learned things from the street that a human being mouth wouldn't tell me. And as life went on, we led to me getting laid down for this the $2 worth of marijuana.
Mm.
And life started again from there to figure out, what I'm gonna do. And as we go on, I guess we can get into that.
Yeah, for sure, man. So tell us where it began, where it started. Like what, give us a story, you know what I'm saying? And take your time, it ain't no rush. I ain't got nowhere to be.
Yeah.
Uh take your time and just tell the people about your story. You know how you got to the point. You know what I'm saying? Where you
Okay, well, it all started one day in 2010. I was in New Orleans visiting to pick up some victuals to bring back to Kansas City, Missouri. I end up going by my old man's shop and having some work done on my car. Some guys work for my dad. They went out to. I know what they was going to do. They went to get some weed. Long story short, they got the weed. We came back. We was on the way back with the marijuana, and about 50 cars of police swung the corner, and they looked like they was looking for us. It was 95 degrees, bro, that day. And the bag of weed was thrown on the ground. When the officer found the weed in New Orleans, I don't know if it's everywhere else, but you don't make eye contact with the police. And by the car being hot, burning my hands, man, I looked up after being burned by the hood of the car, and I looked and I gave the man eye contact. And as he was approaching us, uh, out of the 3 men he had on the car, he charged me with the weed. And as we stood there and talked for a few minutes, we got into a verbal conversation. And the one thing he told me was just wait until I get your black ass downtown. Uh, the marijuana was 1.0. It was 1 gram of weed. And when they got me downtown, the police put 2.8. And that's when all hell broke loose. I guess I was labeled as Scarface. And what a lot of people don't know about this issue is I was took off the street. Uh, when I guess they didn't notice me, I was just another black man. And I was given 5 years for that charge, bruh. And the way all of this B Noble stuff started was he stopped me from getting out of jail when nobody know nothing, just something that they do to us. He wanted to re-sentence me again. He didn't want to, he did. He re-sentenced me on the same charge and multi-bill me. So along with the majority of the 5 years I did, he re-sentenced me to a multi-bill that total up to 13 years and 6 months, and a total of me fighting and struggling with my life to get out of prison. It took 10 years because I didn't have a bind, and I went through it. And to me, it was like a publicity stunt. It was what black people need to understand. See, when
Mhm.
election time comes,
Yes, sir.
yeah. See, when election time comes, they need to hit it. And a
I
black man,
look, I just took a course called Hot Topics
yeah.
in criminal justice, and it did say that exact same thing. Around election time, they on the hunt. Yeah, they
Say,
on the
bro, and it's a lot of manipulation to the world, and I look at that. So I was used as an example, um, and it worked. It
hunt.
worked for this human being, and I was put on display like I was the one that was creating all the problems on the planet. And if I could ask this prosecutor one thing, uh, I would say, did the crime stop? you know, Mr. Prosecutor, did babies stop getting raped? Uh, did we stop killing each other? How much better you made the world after you put me down for 10 years? Destroyed my family, left me where I had to start all over again. But personally, those people don't care about those things. I was just a number, and I understand that. That's how the world built. So it's time for us to get a big idea. The people that's running our world are scared for us to come together and accomplish something. So he did what he did, and it put him in whatever position he was supposed to do. I don't know if that was supposed to be like this spiritually, but what he did to me, uh, I guess it was a page in my life, bro. You know what I'm saying? A page in my life where it really helped me. You know, some people would think it's crazy, but I thank God every day for that little prison time. Not the way it happened. I gained some knowledge that I couldn't get outside from nobody. It was
Yeah.
a terrible place.
Now
So
tell me, because the people explain to the people, right, the multi-bill situation. Because I don't even think they use that nowhere else in the country. What
okay,
explain what's going on with that?
New
It,
Orleans, New Orleans, New Orleans, Louisiana is a draconian state. We have laws that's considered caveman laws. We have 1800 laws, and whoever put these laws in place, bro. Um, Actually, I think it was formed to just keep people of color down. And what the multi bill do to a black person is when you go to jail for the third time, if it's a non-violent charge, the state is able to just manipulate the game to a point where they could say, this is our third time, telling you not to get high. They don't offer you rehabilitation. They don't offer you medication. They don't offer you no dedication to help. They give you jail time. And that's what the multi bill is, just to quadruple your time in prison on a charge. It should be put in place in different situations. But I think for politics, government, law people, it's easier to take a man of color with no education on law and just throw him in there because this shit was formed way before us. This organization with with the criminal justice thing. And one thing I do know, bro, jails are necessary. Spiritually they was put into place to keep order, but this shit is being abused so bad until like they picked only one race to build this thing up. We building new prisons right now instead of building education.
mm-hmm,
Where I lived at in Gerttown, they turned my elementary school into a sub police station, bro.
mm-mm-mm.
And it in the heart of the ghetto where poverty is amazing. When I go back there, I see I can't believe it. And they have a police station and no education in uh area in New Orleans, uptown we call Gerttown is where I'm from, the 17th ward.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing how the people are still living slum life like this. But um, this is what I'm trying to break away from. It's been happening before my time. I lived in it, and I'm just trying to see which way I could go to do things different. And along that journey, bro, we came up with the Be Noble brand.
Okay, we're gonna get to that Be Noble brand in a second because that's the turnaround. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But so okay, so the bail is the enhancement.
The multi-bill is the enhancement that
Each for
it
is it each conviction? The more convictions you got, every time you go back, it gets worse and worse. Or
no, well, they'll let you tally up to the third strike they throw the ball. After you miss three times, you're done.
mm, mm,
If
mm,
if 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 you stole some candy and it's your third time, I ain't giving you no you done messed up. And if you watch my documentary, what I don't like about it,
mhm,
these white folks will mention my drug habit. And they make this shit sound so convincing, like we put this man in jail because this was his third time having a drug problem. They never offered help. It was a monopoly game, and I went straight past go. And every time in that documentary, their their cover up what makes them feel good about putting me in jail for so long was I had two prior drug possessions. They never said anything about guns. They never said I raped somebody, I run over some kids. I had a drug problem. Louisiana took my personal issues with drug struggling and locked me up, bro. I never got rehabilitation from my state, at all. I got put in jail where they had people get programmed, but I can't explain why it was like that on me, but it was. I never got drug rehab, and my drug rehabilitation came from strength and prayer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I know from my own experience, man. When I went in there, I was like, bro, it took a lot of prayer. I didn't really start changing until I was going to the hole. Because
Yeah,
at the beginning, I was getting into a lot of fights, man. And then when I start going to the hole, and that's the only time when I was in there by myself. And I
yeah,
used to pray for God to take this anger problem away and change me. I don't like being like this. So yeah, it
yeah.
sounds like you really found the same thing.
And
So
upon speaking of being
mhm,
in the hole, I did not know I was. I didn't know I wasn't claustrophobic. So uh, I learned that I could stay in there like 8 by 10 because I adapted is what I say. I don't know how I did it so good. I don't know what it was about me, but I fit in so well until when
mhm,
it came to that work detail. I told that white man, I'm not picking no cotton, boss. I'm not picking no cotton. And
mm,
bro, them people were, it's a bathroom that they lock us in. It's
mm,
the size of a real little bit ass bathroom. So they would lock me up in a hole, bro. I would hear men screaming for because the wall was closing in.
mhm,
And them men back there screaming and hollering and kicking on that door. And I found peace in being in that little bit of room by myself that
mhm,
I was able to pray and I had to meditate, bro, mentally.
mhm,
And I gained strength in that little room. But when I came out, I had to turn back into a villain because I was in a room of 100 different characters.
mhm.
So
Open,
I
open
gained a
door.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I gained a lot. I had to pray for spiritual strength that I stayed optimistic that one day I come home, I would need to know how to conduct myself if something was to happen, like right now with this interview. And on the other hand, I was an animal in there. I was beating their ass. I had it. But that's the language for people don't if people don't understand. This is the language that's you talk in prison. And if you're not active with, it don't happen on a regular basis, but you have to have the energy in you to be violent in prison.
Mhm.
And it's just a fact that it's nothing but sharks and goldfish in a
That's
in a
that's
in
it.
an institution.
That's
And
it.
I talk with real sensible guys, and for the most part, I stayed normal, calm, but I would have issues with them little 30-year-old cats that I really enjoyed beating up because we was in an environment where you get beat up or you
Mhm.
get whatever's gonna happen. It's gonna happen if you don't take your place. And um, that's something I had got into, bro. I had to pray for my sanity. And when I got around those cats, I had to be a villain. And that's mostly how I made out of that. But what I did accomplish is a third eye on the world that I couldn't see before I went into prison. So I'm okay with that. Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand that, boy.
Not at all.
People don't understand it, man. Yeah, so you went in from okay, so I know your story was getting a lot of play.
A
It
lot,
started
a
picking
lot of
up
attention.
national attention, you
And
know.
and it started after he multi-bit. I wasn't nobody. See when he put me down for the first five with the nickel back.
Mm,
it wasn't important, you know. It was the world was just used to seeing another black man go to jail. And that's what happened. They wouldn't give me a bond, you know. And I tell a lot of people, we got women at home sell their body for a living, bro. That if I would have disrespect a working girl on the streets with a small amount of marijuana like that, trying to swat for business, she'd have went got big dead and I would have got my head knocked. But
Mhm.
they destroyed my life for personal benefit to let their boys in the room know, you know, I'm big dog. Look what I do, you know. But it was a game of manipulation, playing with people's life, and that's part of the judicial system. So the people we gotta get smart. And I'm just trying to bring awareness to this nonsense on these nonviolent crimes. And because it's a big target and it's an easy hustle for these people in the background. If a lot of people don't know, you know.
But
Um,
see, here's the thing what people don't understand. Weed is mostly legal in the country now. We talking about at a time where you went to prison
yeah,
for weed.
I went.
Literally, we ain't even
I,
talking about no weight. We talking
I
about
went to
some
prison
smoke.
for one journey, not a blunt that you will roll up in the brown cigar paper, uh, weed paper that you know what I'm saying, bro. I've been a cannabis consumer a long time. I ain't never hurt nobody. I ain't never wrecked my car. You know, I ain't beat it, strangle my kids. You know, I ain't do none of that dumb shit, smoking or weed. And the thing about scientists won't talk about some of the important things in that cannabis. You know, when governments start talking about cannabinoids and stuff like that, that's in everybody's body of,
Mhm.
you know, to understand how they consume things.
Mhm.
It probably be a better shot with this weed thing, because I think politics just don't want certain people to be in power. So they gonna make this shit illegal. And that federal thing with that's a game. The We ain't got no war on drugs. We fighting it. And that word war on drugs get a federal government, a program with just that word to allow them to just stay on people ass about their weed. You know, it's a program that the federal government got that allows them to say, oh, it's illegal, it's illegal, it's illegal. And I don't know how we get around that, but that's just a thing with the feds. Well, they don't want to see this cannabis game legalized like this because why? I think it's gonna put a cut on their program where they ain't gonna be able to buy them fancy ass guns and them fans cars to run behind people. And so they just, you know,
They shipping it in. We ain't got
yeah,
ships and planes and none of that.
yeah,
So you
yeah.
cut,
We ain't got no airplane.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, and it's crazy because you know in all these states it's legal on the state level,
It
but
is
people don't even realize it is still illegal on the federal level. They still
federal.
come in
Yeah,
and bust you at any given time.
yeah.
A lot of people don't get that.
Well, they better get on it because the feds is this is their thing. And the program is organized for that program to just they won't stop. They can't stop, and that's what they do to stay in business. So
Mhm.
I don't know. That's how the feds actually make money. They actually make money like that. And a lot of folks just got to get wise on it. But I'm trying to move on with a lot, you know, because it's another journey to try and get these people to cooperate on a bunch of things. So I'm trying to stay focused, stay in the right circle, and just bring awareness. We need some awareness to this cannabis game because I think there's a lot more going on than people know about. Where they got all these stipulations on folks trying to get into the grow industry and all kind of stuff. Um, I think it's basically about just keeping folks down. So I'm just keep pushing. I'm blessed to be in the position I'm in.
That's right.
Um, I have a platform. This was my journey through life. I always wanted to be in something. Never had the opportunity to be around the right folks. I had to go through a tragedy to accomplish some of the things that I would have liked to do in life for a long time.
For sure.
It's okay. That was my ride. Um, that was a glass of spilled milk. So I'm not gonna sit here and whine about that shit.
Yeah, it's
Them
over.
people, them people put me down. Them people put me down for something that wasn't necessary.
It wasn't
Um,
necessary. Look, let me tell you the severity, right? I got 16 years for armed robbery. You got 13 years for 2 joints.
and see, that's the thing.
Marijuana
they
is almost legal across the country. Armed
it is
robbery ain't gonna never be legal. Ever.
robbery, rape, and all that other shit ain't gonna
This stuff
never.
ain't gonna never be legal.
The only place alcohol is illegal in Alaska. You hear me? So
Yeah.
everything is okay with people, but this little nonsense like this. You know, bro, why they didn't pull me on the side in one of them rooms and tell me, okay, Mr. Noble, bro, we see you crazy. This your third time in here. We're gonna get you some help because you just don't know how to stop getting high.
Right.
Shit. Shit, let that have been my white counterpart. All of them fools get the best clinics. I begged
They
to
would have
go
got
to a
rehab.
rehab.
They'd have got rehab about 5 times in a row before they ever smelled the prison.
I begged for to go to a program. I begged them. And it never happened for me throughout my journey using drugs, um, getting caught up in the system. I never got help, bro. I had to self-motivate I had to get tired of being tired. And that's what happened. It didn't happen when I went to jail. I stopped getting high with the my drug of church was cocaine. To me, when I was getting high, weed was for girls. You hear me?
Right.
I never had nothing against it, but it wasn't kicking enough. They call that shit a gateway. Shit. Nigga, I use cocaine as an excuse for personal reason. Smoking marijuana throughout my life. I ain't never stole nothing. I ain't never robbed nobody. And I ain't gonna do it. They don't, hypocrites don't understand. It's medication for me. It ain't nothing about getting high. It's medication. You know,
Yeah.
just like the pharmacists give us our medication. This medication. And for the hypocrites, I'm cool with that. If you don't smoke that shit and you like to pop pills and drink, yeah, that's fine. But don't beat me up because I like weed.
That's
You
right.
hear me? But it happened, and I'm trying to move on and bring some awareness. And
That's right.
it, it's
If you
it's been an exciting journey, bro, and
For
it's more to
sure.
come.
For sure. If you
Yeah,
new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. We got my cousin, blood cousin. I'm talking about
yeah,
our daddies was brothers. We got the same granddaddy. We got the same grandmama. Cousin, first cousin.
bam,
Show, man.
bam.
Bernard Noble, man. This is
Yes,
real
sir.
family, man. So y'all can check it. 2 pages out on Instagram in the bio, man. I got a video. I got one of your videos off the stage, man. We're gonna show the people.
To 13 years for having 2 joints. Bernard Noble is a father and aspiring restaurateur. In 2010, he was biking in New Orleans when he was stopped by police officers. They nabbed him for carrying just 2 joints worth of weed. Then in 2011, he was sentenced to 13 years of hard prison labor without parole under Louisiana's habitual offender law because he had 3 prior possession charges, all of which were nonviolent. But here's the good news. Bernard was released from prison in 2018 in large part because of all of the attention his clearly unjust sentence received. His case became a rallying cry to revise draconian drug laws that disproportionately affect black and brown people. Now he's free and has a weed brand called Be Noble that helps release people who are locked up for marijuana. I originally covered Noble's case in an episode of my groundbreaking documentary series, Weedakit. You know how you watch documentaries and always wonder what happened to the people in them? Well, the show is being re-released on YouTube, and you'll get a chance to find out what happened to the people we covered.
Oh man, that's dope.
It's
Dope, bro.
that's interesting. That cat there was he was the bloodline to everything. When that guy found me, I didn't know where he came from. And from there, um, everybody got on, bro. Whitaker came into my life, and this is how I took off, and I met all other people in the industry that I got a chance to meet because of his exposure, and it was real good. It was really good. But that was a chapter in my life, and just like he explained, draconian laws. People better get it together. As amazing as Louisiana is, um, it's more profitable for government to put poor ass black and brown people in jail. You know, and it's just time for us to open up. I would like to do a rally when I'm not talking about this cannabis thing because it's actually I'm donating a percentage of money to organizations that's helping people like myself, bro, stay out of that prison.
Right.
And that right there is a good feeling because throughout my life, I ain't had no interest in giving nobody no percentages of nothing. I
Right.
wasn't raised that way, but it's a
Right. Right.
blessing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Yo,
sir.
so it's a blessing to be able to help. Um, this happened to me for a reason, bro. It didn't happen overnight. A lot of years, before all of this, I got jugged, poked, stabbed, bitten, shot, drug use, but I stayed up, bro. I stayed up because I was always an optimistic fool out there in them streets, and here I am. You know, I survived the streets. I could take care of my family a little better, bro. It's just it feel good. It feel a whole lot better. You
And a
know,
lot of people don't know where we came from, man. Where's we go?
yeah,
We basically came out the cat with the joint in our mouth. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Cause
yeah.
you
They
know,
don't. And
for
I,
for
and my
for
mama,
today's standards, my daddy was a kingpin back then. You know what I'm saying?
boy, boy,
Yeah,
if I could,
a lot
if
of people
boy,
don't know.
if
Yeah,
if they want to hit a stir about that, we got to get a special channel, boy. That
yo, yeah,
that man there, bro, man. But that was
that
some
man
good
was something
days.
else. Yeah,
That was well, that was our teachers. That was
yeah.
them was good, strong, solid men, bro. They showed us life without all that cushioning. They
Mm-hmm.
give it to us raw.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it helps some people. We come from an environment where people like me and you, we ain't scared of no bullying and the
None of that.
shit that kids going through, jumping
Mm-hmm.
off the building because somebody talked about them. I be talking to kids. I
Mm-hmm.
say, bro, we just didn't understand bullying. It's simple.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you talk about my mom, I'm gonna talk about you. If you touch me,
That's it.
I'm striking back.
Yeah. Yep.
And now, kids are crying, kids are jumping off buildings, kids are shooting up the school because they've been picked on.
Mm-hmm.
But um it's we need a lot of help in a lot of different areas. Them
Mm-hmm.
people, what they did to me, it just opened me up. And I wanna help people, bro. They done it to me. We moving forward. Got this platform. Uh, is generate good health.
Mm-hmm.
Cannabis is this is not about selling drugs.
Right,
This
right.
about, you know what I'm talking about. This is to help people, um, health, and a whole lot of other goodies come with this. This is not about drug dealing. Um,
Right.
and sometimes I wish I can put a warning label on a weed joint and tell you that at your own risk, you're gonna forget your keys, you're gonna be hungry. Like the Surgeon General put on cigarettes after
Right,
they got sued that first time.
right.
And it's telling you that I'm gonna kill you, but they harder on something like this that not even close to tobacco. So that's wishful thinking that I wish I could label some weed and say a Surgeon General warning, you gonna lose your keys. You're gonna forget where your glasses at when they're on top of your head. But I guarantee you, you ain't gonna go kill nobody, bro. You're gonna
Right.
laugh at people, they gonna ask you, is you retarded? But no, it's just your mental state is so calm and relaxed. And that's what you're gonna get out of it. You know,
For
I
sure.
saw a story the other day for as cannabis. The
Mm,
dispensaries in Kansas City, Missouri, where I'm at. Bro,
mm,
this a pothead's playground. You don't need medical license. All you need is a ID for your raggedy ass say that you was over 22 years old. And
mm-hmm.
I was at a dispensary the other day picking up some stuff from a store next door. I saw an elderly white lady going into the medicine shop. Her legs was so huge. She was walking on a cane. But the mission was to get her medication, bro. And when she was coming back to the car, you could tell her legs was killing her. But
Mm-hmm.
it was a white woman of age in a weed store for medical reasons. You know what I'm saying? And that's the benefits that plant give people. So if you saw this person, you could look at her, and like I say, boy, Big Mama be glad when she get home to that big easy chair so she could roll her journey up. And people don't understand how her legs gonna feel better, and it's just gonna be a whole new ballgame. So that's just some of the medical benefits in this stuff that I love. I got good quality medical cannabis. The flower is dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
So I would advise people to just check me out. I have a documentary on Netflix called Grass is Greener.
Mm-hmm.
And life is crazy, but sometimes for me, the grass is really green on the other side. I deal with cuckoo shit in life like anybody else.
For sure. So before we get to what you're doing today, what was the turning point? When did you find out the door about to open? You about to get out? Because obviously it was sooner than you anticipated. You thought you had what 3, 4 more years left.
Yeah.
So when did the door? When did the people finally say you about to get out?
Well, I was
Because the
actually
grass is
supposed to.
greener. They need to see that the grass is greener. It's by Fair Fire Freddy. It's
My
on Netflix.
man on
Yes, sir.
Netflix.
It's on
It's called
Netflix.
it's called
Go check
Grass
it
is
out.
Greener. And
Mm-hmm.
it's narrated by now a good friend of mine and manager to the program is Fab Five Freddy, a guy that I used to watch on TV. Everybody know him for his footwork and his thing that he did with all the artists and everything. But this is how life took a full circle to me. A guy I used to watch on TV. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he a part of watching my money. You know,
You on TV
and
with him.
and I'm right there with him. And
Yeah.
life life is cool. You know, I done reached some things. I done met some people, and it's okay. I'm gonna take it from there. I don't. People might say, look at me like celebrity status. My wife was telling me, "You don't act like no celebrity." I said, "What's a celebrity?"
What do a celebrity act like?
Yeah.
I
This,
mean,
this,
me personally, I feel like a celebrity.
uh,
From the YouTube channel, I might see somebody at a Falcons game,
yeah.
and the dude was like two rows, three rows back. Man, da da da. That's you from
Yeah,
X Media. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
What I'm
yeah,
supposed to act like? You know, you want a picture?
yeah.
You know,
I was,
what do a celebrity act like?
yeah. It was comforting. I was out shopping and a Caucasian man. I had my gear on because now I'm able to wear my own clothes. And
That's right. Show them the
uh
shirt.
yeah,
Pop your shit, cuz. Pop
that's
it.
it.
Yeah. We
That's
know
it.
the brand.
That's it.
Pop
Right
your
here.
shit. Yes, sir.
And
Yeah.
that's 13 years that they give me for $2. But like I was saying, I met
Yeah.
this Caucasian. I didn't meet he saw me in a sneaker store, and all he said was, "Bruh, I know you." He said, "You," but no, he said, "I know your story." We talked for a few minutes. He got all soft on me, and I told him, "Man, I appreciate your support, but I'm here now. It's no need for the sympathy. I understand the reason." I say, you know, it was messed up, but I'm okay. I said, "Thank you for your support," and to meet people in the streets like that, like, bro, I'm just a normal person to myself,
Right.
and the status that people want to give me, it's fine. It comes with this kind of attention,
Yeah, yeah,
but I'm 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 peanut to family, and then the
mhm.
people in the streets need to know. I'm just a normal black man, trying to make some changes and things that's been going on before my time.
That's right. And a lot of people
Yeah.
don't know, man. It was a lot. Boy, you was locked up with a few cousins. Y'all don't even know y'all was cousins in there. It's a
I
few of y'all did some time. You did 13. Um, we got another cousin did 25. We got another cousin, he did 21 or 22.
yeah,
His son paid for the charges now. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Yeah, we got another cousin, rest in peace. Bam, he was in there with
yeah,
y'all. Y'all
yeah.
didn't even know each other. You know what I'm
We
saying?
didn't
That's
even
the
know.
crazy part about it. Yeah,
That's crazy. And the system
yeah,
just take generation to generation of black men, Brian, just put us
yeah,
down. You know, they really put us down. It was hard for me. I had to come back and start all over. I had to
yeah,
start
yeah.
over. But
We hit,
these are the kind of stories that just gotta be told, I guess.
yeah. So let me play. I think I'm about to play this one without sound, but this is a little bit of your business right here. One of
Mhm.
these videos. See, add the stage. Let me see. Yeah, but I'm at to play it without sound because of the music.
Okay.
Let me see. Uh-oh, is it gone? Is it going in? Hold on. Let me see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it might don't. Oh, that might not play. Damn. What the hell happened? Let's go to this one because you got something else.
Have a lot of
It
Yeah,
time to
ain't
stand out and
it
take
just
these
me. You
pictures
got
with
other stuff
everything
going
that's
on
getting
yeah.
right here.
moved up.
What's this?
It's
Tell them what that is. Tell them about that, cuzzo.
And that's another achievement of mine that came along with the struggle, and I was able to go and buy a custom food truck and a brand new pickup truck through this journey, and it's just a blessing. That's my custom food truck here in Kansas City, and throughout my journey, putting everything together, I advised my team, or they was asking questions about a lot of stuff and what I like to do. Cooking was one of my just my thing. And they they told me go out and buy me a truck. I mean, I went got it, and this is what it is. It's that B and A custom Cajun food coming straight out of New Orleans up here in Kansas City. Just tearing it down with it. They love it. People love it, bro.
It got that yaki meat on it.
They got
Tell them about that
um
yaki meat.
and I love to hear my man Fab. He can't even say yaki meat. That nigga say yaki, yaki. When you gonna fix with some of that yaki meat? So that's part of my success right there, bro.
Mhm.
Something that I don't know if I could have did it without these folks, but My story was enough to be publicized and show the world. Um, we turned the narratives of this negativity about this weed into this. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
I got a 30-foot custom food trailer with all the bells and whistle on it, and not to be boasting, but I think I'm the only one in Missouri that's got an outhouse on his food truck. You hear me?
Oh,
So
okay.
I enjoy it. I put my wife on that thing, bro. And that's for me. That's for me. That belonged to me, bro. You know,
Right.
you know, something,
Yeah.
that's all me there.
That's right.
Things that I accomplished through this struggle. And yeah, that's one of my revenues or income, or whatever you want to call it, something I could do for my family. And that's the big noble wagon, bro.
That's
That's
right.
something that come out this struggle.
That's right. And
Yeah.
guess what? They was let me see. I think I got this video now. They can
Sentenced to 13 years for having
I played that one already.
No, you ain't play that one or two joints.
Yeah. So yeah, to them prosecutors from back then.
Yeah.
Like look now, see what's going on in 2025 now. Multiple business
They
on
eh,
y'all.
they
Multiple.
they they trying to and I can honestly say I know that I had a part, but what they're doing is they call it decriminalization.
Mhm.
And that shit ain't good enough. They need to just stop scheduling this plant as like it's the worst drug on the list. And
Mhm.
scheduling it as a number one is a way for government to mess over people. Folks need to understand that. Um, they
Mhm.
can they'll use that number one thing on you like, yeah, it's unreal. So weed as a schedule one, like it's meth, all them other good pills that people take. So if that could change, it would be a blessing, bro. Because the cannabis is not what certain people of different worlds say that this shit is a gateway to other activities. Well, I would like to tell them I've been smoking weed since I was 17 years old. I'm a big boy at 9. I ain't never ran into nothing. I ain't never beat up my children or ran in a river with my car smoking the weed.
Right.
You know
Let's
what I'm
play this
saying?
video. Let me
Yeah,
see. I can play this one. Let me play this one.
yeah.
2 joints. Bernard Noble is a
Oh,
father
I
and
did
aspiring.
play that one.
Oh
Uh-oh.
yeah, that was the one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one I meant to play and I can't seem to get it to act right, but it's cool.
Yeah, we could get it again, and we could do this again, and we could keep up with the process. And this here is a big change. I'm sitting
Yeah,
here doing an interview with my family.
yes, sir.
I'm with family. We're
Yeah,
doing an interview about criminal justice. And,
yeah,
time is different. And I feel good being a big boy, having a word, doing something
for
positive.
sure.
You know,
For
I'm
sure.
just got married, first time in my life. You know,
Mhm.
um,
On the rooftop. It,
on
it was
the on
it
the
was
top.
beautiful. I'm glad I could attend because it was
Yeah,
beautiful. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Appreciate you coming in.
yeah,
That was another amazing story. The people that did this for me was, I don't know where they come from, but it was a part of my life coming together, and it
yeah.
was a beautiful thing. I'm glad you was there to see it.
Oh
You
yeah,
know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying?
Yeah. You
Because
know me.
I,
I'm pulling the fuck up. I'm pulling up.
yeah,
Nothing
yeah,
to worry
I,
about me. I'm you know
yeah,
what I'm
I done,
saying?
I done went.
My man Quincy got a question. Let me see. Since you are a cannabis advocate, what do you say to formerly incarcerated men and women who are still on probation that smoke weed, and what should they do?
Well, the good question. Well, if you're on probation, you're not supposed to be smoking. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be smoking. That's just another trick for a system. That's one. And for the people that's still in the prison for this weed, my best advice, we got to hold on, bro. We got steps to take to manipulate the people that's it's profitable. It's not a crime, it's profit. So we have to hold on. We have to fight this day by day because of one word. I done talked to I done been to the Capitol. I've talked to government in the office about, at the early on about what cannabis, how it putting families in jail for cannabis, how it destroys the outside of they world with family. So what I could say, Brez, it's a process. We have to hold on. It's not gonna happen overnight. It didn't happen overnight for me. These people came in my life after I had been down about 7.5 years because there was a unique story. So this is why I want to get online. I want to talk. I want to talk to people like him. I'm a big advocate for this. But it's people of color. It's gonna take some time. It's hard to understand why they doing this. I don't have that answer. But we it's a fight. We gotta wait, stay optimistic, be strong, black man, because I'm here to push it, but I need more help. It'll take a little time. Hang on. But you can't smoke no weed on parole. I did not smoke no. I ain't gonna condone that. I, you don't smoke on parole.
It's a lot you can't do on parole, probation, and parole. And it's
I
basically we put our own self in that
in
position.
harm's way.
Yeah, yeah,
In
you put
harm's way.
yourself in
I
that,
did,
that position. Yeah.
yeah. And speaking of that, I'm sorry. I did so good on my parole in my slave state. That white man told me, boy, I can't make no money off of you. You don't want to fuck up.
Damn.
Them people gave me my slave papers and told me, don't come back to, don't sign in, don't come do no payments. Them people cut me off of parole, bro, because I was doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
The man told me, them people would take my phone calls, bro. I would go to the parole office in Slidell, Louisiana. The people used to lock their door. Look like when they see me coming. And I just wanted to just do but I was doing too right for them folk. And them folks told me, man, you get your black ass away from me. Well, I can't be. And what people need to realize if we get together, lay down for a minute, the people, they're gonna lose their job, they ain't gonna have no guns. They ain't gonna be able to buy them vests. And it's all off of people going to jail. Is where this money come
They
from.
keep
It's a
everything
it,
generating. They keep all of the money
yeah.
flowing in. If these folks stop breaking these folks laws and stop going to jail, they gonna have to start cutting them people.
We can reverse this. They don't want to. I wish I did have the power to let the people go that's incarcerated on these nonviolent charges. But people gotta know the real deal is this about money. If I let all these niggas go, how is I'm gonna send my little Susie to college? I can't tell the public that. But how is I'm gonna build this other addition on my mansion I done took from the world? If I let y'all people out my jail, I get paid $120 a day for one of y'all black ass. What I'm gonna let all of y'all go for?
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
that's just the way it is.
But if we
That's
don't,
just the way it is.
we don't get them that power, they can't get us.
If you
Bottom line.
don't give it to them, yeah, it's a lot of
Yeah,
um. I just learned how to look at life different from all that time, and
for sure.
if we come together, we could manipulate the situation, but I don't know. We come from something different. Black people is not all, but some. You know, we make jokes about it's a difference between a black man and a Negro. We say
Got that video. Yeah, yeah, I found it. I think I got
that's
to
it.
mute this one. It got music to it, don't it?
Yeah, it's got
Yeah, I
music
gotta
to it.
mute that one. We just gonna
Yep.
catch the visual then.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
New
it.
York, boy. Cuz
That's
all up in New York. Look at your
New
name in
New
Times
York City.
Square.
New York.
Boy,
New
you done
York
took
City.
the noble name to Times Square, boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at the
And
jacket, man. Jacket is
that's
nasty.
that's the one we
Man,
got at the
I
house
got
right
to
now.
get one. I got to get one. Boy, that
I'ma
thing
have to.
is nasty.
I'ma send you one. We got us some new designers, and I just got the jacket in. And you know, bro, to see that is unreal because that's me. You know, I'm like, that's really me. Um, we got another thing going on in New York through a place. It's called the travel agency. That's the brother right there that's running everything. And he know my case and he said when he heard about the brand, it was a no-brainer for him. So there we go.
Yeah.
And that's amazing to see that's me in these pictures like this. It's
That
eye-catching.
boy took the noble name to New York, boy. You know how hard that is to do?
We
Man,
in
that's
a
major.
we got about 15 different states that the Noble brand is in.
Okay.
And it's funny because I've been Bernard Noble all my life, and what I've learned from this messing with these people is, my last name is powerful, bro. And today, in most of my speeches or whatever I'm doing, I would tell you, and you can quote me on this. It's my word, and through a daily regimen, I would tell somebody in a situation, be noble before you do this. If you're fighting, if you're shooting, if you're doing anything, I want you to be noble before you do this. And all it basically saying is think about this shit before. It's another form of think about this before you do it. Be noble is a word that is a biblical, and you take those words and you let it marinate in a situation where you tell a man, be noble, bro, before you make that move. And
Mhm,
it's all it's telling you is, sit down and think, bro.
mhm. Yep. It's
And
real simple.
and that's my word. Just before you jump off that bridge or beat on these kids or go shoot up that block, bro, be noble about this situation because once you go in, it ain't no being no noble no more.
That's right, man. Shit.
So it's
Yeah.
been a journey. I learned something about my name, and I learned some things about myself. I got articles in GQ magazine, High Time magazine. I got a
Show
poster.
it. Show it. Bring it in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
bring it in. Show them. You need to show these people it's real, boy. This is
It's
not no
it's
game. This
it's
ain't play
definitely real.
right here. It's
It's a
real.
glare on it, but this is a GQ magazine article where things that happen in my life, bro. They put it together, and I sit and I look at this poster all the time. These are my words, and uh, they posted it as accomplishment to say this is something, another accomplishment, I guess, was accomplished, or I'm on the way to trying to do better things, man. This is a reminder of it. So I got me here when I did my signing. Uh, right here is when I got out of jail. Fab was there, and up here at the top, I went back to my neighborhood in Gertown, and we did a little documentary, man, of where I come from.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm out of Gertown in a one-bedroom house. 6 kids, and I sat on a porch with a lady over there. She used to babysit me. It was surprising to her to see me doing this. So she was like, "Yeah, come on, sit on the porch, Peanut." I know. She called me Peanut.
Mhm.
And right here is just where we put everything together. This
Yeah,
light. Yeah,
that
that's
was
that
when you
glass.
first, that was when you first, you wasn't even out a year right there, huh?
Yeah, I wasn't out a
Yeah.
year right there. This is where we put it together, and that's the signing right there with me and Fab. The other one right there is when I just come home from jail. Fab met me, and this is the one when I went back to the hood in Gertown, and
Mhm.
I did the thing with my neighborhood, and it was good to go back to my neighborhood, man, where I was known as this little badass kid, and they thought I was Rick James or somebody when I came in there with that limousine bus.
Right,
But
right.
it was a good feeling. Um,
Yeah.
it was unnecessary what they done, but it was really necessary, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, look at what would have happened if you
Yeah,
don't go in there. It could
yeah,
possibly be worse. You
yeah,
you could be strung out somewhere on crack, cocaine. We don't know.
yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying? We got
I
some other folks in the family struggling, and prison probably would have been the best thing for them. But
yeah,
now look at you and look where
mm,
they at. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And we ain't got to say no name. We know. You know what I'm saying?
No, no
Yeah.
name, no name calling is necessary. Uh,
Mhm.
but it was adventure.
Yeah.
I made it. I made it, bro. And
Mhm.
I'm trying to bring awareness to this thing. Um, and
Oh,
I want to continue to move. Um, I don't need no sympathy or nothing. People asking me how or how you feel. I feel
mhm.
like I was robbed of a lot of shit, but what good is it gonna do to sit and talk about, oh man, y'all knocked my milk off? It was experience. I believe it was another obstacle in life.
That's it.
It's a lot of questions to something like that, but certain people hold the answer. So I don't know. I was a tester. I was the crash dummy for the system. Mm, They profit off it. I gained no education, but I spiritually I got a lot. The system didn't allow me with a book, you know. All we did was fought and killed each other in a cell. And the niggas that come to jail with these violent charges, all they do is sleep with the boy girls. And we would just have all kind of issues in there. And that's the shit I dealt with for 10 years of my life, bro.
Mhm.
Looking at brothers be with brothers, and we kill each other. y- You know, we act like we own shit in there when none of us had the pot to even piss in from the jump.
Right.
And we was knocking each other head off about noodles and coffee or some bullshit. That's just was the educational level that they didn't teach us in prison. And in prison, all them niggas do is sleep all day, get up mad at the world, and think they own shit.
Yeah.
And from there, we fight.
And see, here's the thing. That's why they took the education out of the prison system. They say it costs too much money. You can't keep up with it. No, they want y'all to get out and hit that revolver. So we'll see
Yeah,
you in about 3 months. So
yeah.
most of y'all coming back in about 3 to 4 months. Y'all
And
will be back. So
and
why
that's the
our education to keep you out? Why?
that's what I understood this shit so clear that you know if I give you some knowledge, you're not gonna be able to be a dumbass on the street and make me some money. And what people got to realize, that's where recidivism come from, bro. The
Mhm.
people don't want to educate us. And they say black people are stupid. Not true, but we need to get a hold to how they trying to manipulate this situation.
Mm,
Recidivism come from no education to a person where these laws are created and the man that's doing it, or we call him the man, he knows certain people can't follow. And we as a people got to get smart to say, this nigga trying to do something to see if I can accomplish it or not. And with the laws that they got in place, these people sit in offices and say to each other and post it then with these laws, and they know out of 100 of us, 80 of them motherfuckers ain't gonna follow this law.
right.
And we're gonna lock their ass up. And then you got this revolving door they call recidivism. Because you go to jail, they let you out to fuck up more because you label them. Everybody in the system know you've been to jail for a cigarette and they don't want to hire you. So now you got this thing on your back where they done took this from me and did that. I got the hustle.
Yeah.
And that's how it starts. So if as
Mm,
hard as it might seem when you come home from that penitentiary, don't fuck with them streets, because I had the sergeant or whatever, a black man, he was worse than any white nigga in there. He
mm-mm.
was,
And it's always us.
he
All you
was,
us to show is all it's us.
he
Yeah.
was, that nigga told me he
Hmm.
didn't like me when he found out who I was. I was just another fucking enemy. But
Right.
when Fab and them started coming there with them cameras, this black man was so shell shocked by the military, it fucked him up bad. He did not like, and when the white man interviewed him, he knew what kind of house nigga this nigga told me. He's at first he would when Fabner would come to see me, told him one time I
Hmm.
was in disciplinary because I was fighting. I wasn't fighting. They just couldn't take the fact that I had all this publicity. And them rednecks in Bossier, Louisiana, they don't like that shit.
That's the country, boy. That is the
Boy, that shit so country.
country.
Them niggas, them boys ride in Nissan Sentra with pump guns in the shot window like a state trooper.
Mm-mm-mm.
Them nigga got little bitty pickup trucks with just them two doors on that little bitty truck. And boy, they have a shotgun mounted in the window. In the front there, it's like a police are just hanging on it, and they ride through that city like that. And this, they didn't play that shit. So when um Fab came there, the black soldier say, "Oh, nigga, you think you Michael Jackson or somebody?"
Damn.
that nigga,
Damn,
that
damn.
nigga told me, "I think I'm MG and not the Jordan." And told them people they couldn't see me, but he was so hard on us. He told me when he threw me in the hole one day, he said, "Oh, nigga, you ain't special shit. You coming back to this motherfucker." I say, Brown. You hold your breath, partner, because I bet you won't send none of your children to school off me. No fucking more. When this nigga, he was there on the night of my release. Man, this man pushed me out them fucking gates and stood behind that wall. Cause I told him, I said, nigga, when you walk me to this front, I'm gonna say what I wanna say. And that nigga came and got close to that breezeway engine and kicked my ass past that brick wall and stood back. And the cameras couldn't see. That dirty nigga pushed me out that jail. I said, okay, mister, you got that, Sergeant Brown, but I'm going to still talk about you. That nigga told me I'm going to beat back and whatnot. Kicked me out that jail, Brown, with to let the cameras in, but he was a corrupt-ass man working for the people. It was all fun. They gonna have their day in court with this kind of shit, the way they treat people. I ain't tripping about that.
Yeah.
But it was a hell of an experience. But through all out this ruckus, bruh, we came up with this B Noble brand,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm extremely grateful that Cure Relief and my man Fab. It was a lot of me that agreed to get with this group, bruh, and just turn this horror shit into what it is today. And it's been cool. My story is not the uniquest, but we need to keep pushing. We need to keep pushing. And this is what I want to do, bro. Bring awareness to this. we got this platform. I have a chance to use my voice. I wanna do what I can because I said it before and I say it again. Prisons are necessary, but we need to put the people in there that's deserving of
That's
it. You heard me? It's unfortunate. It's the world we live in.
yeah,
It's the world we live in. Not making no excuses, and we just gotta. I want to move on.
for sure.
Yeah.
So with that being said, right, I need you to get the people your last words, point them in the direction because I got both your Instagram pages in the link, so they'll be able to find you. If you got a website, if whatever it is you got, point them in the right direction so they can you know what I'm saying, know where to
Okay.
find, know how to support
The two sites you have, they are two of the best ones, and I got this one online. It's called Be Noble Official. Um, like whatever I tell a lot of my friends, if you got a telephone in your pocket, just Google Bernard Noble, the Bernard Noble story, and it'll link you to a lot of other things. I'm not on a lot um like you with the posting and the interviews, and I should get on more, but if people need to contact me, I am on the Instagram and this at the Be Noble official website. So I guess I'm a tune back in and get some more response from the audience, bro, because I just been doing so much off the grid shit. I don't get on the line a lot.
yeah, for sure, man. Well, all I know is, man, we got to do it again. I'm proud
Oh,
of you.
I'm ready. I'm ready to do this
Uh,
anytime because
yeah,
this is what we do, bro. And we need to make this a routine. We add some more people in.
yeah,
Um, I would I would love to have this female on that we got a fund where we help people that can't afford to go and see their parents. And
mm,
this one lady, we donated a nice amount of cash to go see our pops and visit. I thought I sent you that clip, but I'll send it to you.
mm,
And that made my heart cry. I was like, not when you get in place where you can help people like this. But that's my position, bro. That's my position. I'm with an amazing company. You know, I I feel like this was my record deal, and I didn't sing one tune. I just went through some torture.
that's right. That's a good way to put it.
You
Damn.
heard me.
Yeah, man.
I ain't hurt nobody. I
Hey,
ain't doing nothing crazy to get on like this, and I wanna share this positive shit with people, bro.
for sure. Well,
Yeah.
cuz I definitely salute you, man, because people don't understand. It's real easy to be in and out. You could have still let it be a revolving door. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You
Yeah.
got people.
Recidivism is real, and
Mhm,
for me, it's manipulation, and all
mhm.
you got to do is turn them narratives around in your thinking process. You ain't never going to jail. I know what the jails are for. It's not for education. They're necessary, but it's not necessary for people that want to do something with their life. I don't want to go to no jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Ain't shit in jail for me. I got 9 kids. I'm married.
yeah,
You know, I need to be out here to teach my family how not to fall into this corrupt ass game we got
right.
with these prisons. So
Your
uh
oldest is how old?
my oldest is 32.
Your oldest is 32.
No,
How
I'm
old is your
sorry.
young?
That's my boy. My baby girl, 36 years old.
You
You
got a
heard me?
36-year-old. How old is the youngest?
Well, yeah, little man, a year in 4, 1 year and 4 weeks.
It do not stop in this family. You just like your paw, boy.
Boy,
Your paw,
it's a true
you the
noble.
old.
Uh,
Let me tell you something. You the oldest of your paw kids,
yeah.
and your paw got 11-year-old. I told Lil one the other day when we was down there. I say, you my cousin. I say our daddies is brothers. He said, "Yep, sound all right." That boy sharp now. He's sharp.
That boy, bro,
That
that
joke
little
was sharp.
cat so
11 years
sharp.
old.
What that little
Yeah.
nigga so nice. Every time I see him, I say, bro,
Yeah.
where you come from? You
Yeah.
my brother? You nigga a
Yeah.
little bit. I miss my daughter call him baby uncle. I say that's what that nigga is, right? He got a curfew, but that's your uncle. My
Yeah.
daughter, 25 years old, she said that's your uncle, you know.
Yeah.
And he a smart kid. I wish I could spend some more time with him. Uh,
Yeah.
I was listening to some music one day. That boy could have been 8 years old. That boy told me, man, why you listen to that old music? I say, bro, you gotta leave me alone yet. What the leave me alone by my music. And he love his Paul.
Yeah.
He love his Paul.
Yeah.
He,
He
you
did.
know.
Yeah.
So I got an 11-year-old brother, and I got a 1-year-old son.
Boy, your son was born an uncle. Born an uncle. He born straight to an uncle.
He ain't asked for nothing. He just
Yeah.
you got that title. You the uncle.
Yeah. There go
But
that old. There go that old cat right there. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. There
that
go. Oh. Yeah. There go that old cat right there,
that
man.
nigga that's my twin, and my son look just like me. So I'm gonna bring his grandson down in a couple of more weeks to see him.
And
But
I'll be there. Don't worry about it. We pulling
it's
up. We pulling up. Yeah.
it's been a blessing. This right here in itself is amazing. You know.
Mm.
So again, let the people go out and check this documentary out. Grass is greener.
It's
Is up
on
and running on
Netflix.
Netflix.
It's on Netflix. You're gonna see him
Yeah.
on Netflix. The grass is greener. Go check
Yes.
it out. It is on Netflix. Yeah, for sure. Well, cuz shit, we're gonna do it again. Boy,
Yeah.
I love you, boy. I love you. I seen you
Right
come
back
a
at you.
long way, boy. I seen you come a long way.
I
And
can I ask myself all the time, man. I pat myself on the back. I say, man, bro, you held on. You know, you held on.
it's
You
not easy
held
to
on.
do. It's not easy to do. People don't
And
understand.
in order for a person to see what their life gonna be, you got to hold on. You know, when shit seem hard, just wait and see.
Yeah.
Optimistic is hard to hold on to, bro, in certain situations, but it's what brought me through. I held on. I held on, and I
Mm-hmm.
believe in my faith, and here I am, bro. You know, they got people don't believe. I believe in a higher power. You heard me.
Mm-hmm.
I come from that background. That's who I am. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it
Yes, sir.
is. So, and through all the struggle, here go Mr. Noble is created. And I'm telling the world, just be noble. Here I am. Here I am.
That was
This is what I get for my struggle. Be noble.
it's not just a brand, it's not just a name, it's a
Not just
brand.
a name.
It's a
It's
brand.
it's a brand, you know.
Yeah, sir.
Like Pepsi Cola, baby. You can
Yeah,
call it what you want, just don't mess with this.
that's right.
Yeah.
We
I
appreciate
I
everybody
serve.
tuning in, man. This has been a good show, man.
Yeah,
We get
I
stories,
appreciate you.
like everybody trying to get their story out. You got a story, get at me on Instagram or something, and we can get you on the show, man. Cause we're gonna do it again, man. We got some
We're
things.
gonna we're gonna do it. We're gonna do
We
it
got
again,
some
and
things
we're gonna get some followers and people. If you're listening, that's
yeah,
I'm a big advocate. If you got family, friends, loved ones going through this issue with these small amounts of marijuana, that hit me up, hit my folks up at XCOM meeting, and we're gonna put something together.
for sure. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
XCon Media.